Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new webinar about the NinjaOne release 10.0. Yeah, it's going quickly. Every other week almost we have a new release, but this one is really gigantic, I would say. So there's really lots of new features, and yeah, I'm super excited about this release. There's lots of very big projects also that go into early access, lots of new features, and we will try to cover everything today. So yeah, it will be challenging because of the number of features, literally. But yeah, first of all, I present myself real quick. My name is York, like the city, New York, so easy to remember. I see some people that I know. Hi, Ulf. I saw Ulf in the chat, Ulf Ringdahl. It's been a while. And yeah, I work as a product marketing manager in Berlin for NinjaOne. And yeah, today we have this wonderful webinar. We're going to spend most of the time in the platform. Just a quick reminder about the rollout schedule that we can see here. So basically Canadian and Pacific, Australia, the 10.0 release has been live since the 20th of August in the EMEA region and the EU and European countries, including the UK. The release has been live since the 3rd of September, and in North America, it goes live on September 24th. So still a bit of time to go. Yeah, a couple of housekeeping items also. Yeah, write a little message in the chat where you're from and so on. So I see some people already writing. Okay, sound seems to work. Okay. Hi, Philip. Hi, Sergio. Hi, Steve. Yeah. So we want this webinar to be interactive as always. So if you have questions, please write them in the Q&A section that you might have seen already. So you see that down on the black bar in Zoom Q&A for technical questions. I can imagine that there will be technical questions just because of the pretty wide range of features that will be covered. Yeah, happy to see that, by the way, that the audience is really international. Always great. Someone from Greece, some from the USA. Curious already. Hi, Andy Starr. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so we will continue. Yeah, and one thing also, we have like a prize at the end. So you can win a drone as usually, DJI drone. The condition is that you stay until the end, and when we announce the winner with our Wheel of Fortune, I think today we have the Wheel of Fortune again, happily, so that you can write in the chat and confirm that you are still with us. Yeah, these are the couple of housekeeping items and recording, of course. The question comes naturally. We will send out the recording to everyone as well, even the people that were not able to make it or that cannot stick around the 60 minutes entirely. So basically, I'm just gonna walk my way through the features. So here we can see the list of the features, and that's not even everything. This is just the features that we decided to highlight because we think they are very important. First of all, patch caching. So the ability basically to design a cache server. It must be Windows as of now, and then have the ability to download patches to that cache server and have other clients in the network retrieve the patches from the cache server instead of going online and downloading updates, Windows updates online. Yeah. So this is obviously the goal of this is to reduce bandwidth. usage and to make sure that the companies that you are managing are running smoothly, and yeah, no bandwidth issues there. Then we have, it seems like a minor change, but I think it's very useful. We have the possibility to do an immediate patch apply. So that means I will show on the dashboard, but you can basically select patches and apply them right now from the Ninja dashboard. Super convenient and especially useful when you want to do like a little test maybe on a group, you know, so you can just patch on a couple of devices right now to see to test the new update. Or if you have a very critical update, you have received, for example, from the Ninja policy condition an alert that the CVSS score is higher than 9, let's say, and yeah, you just want to go ahead and roll out that security patch straight away. FileVault management for macOS. So we used to have FileVault already in the device details on the agent base, but now you have it really neatly worked into the MDM part and into the policies and so on. So you have like a complete FileVault management, and you can also escrow the recovery keys. Unfortunately, I don't have an example with a recovery key, but yeah, you can test that in your own environments. We have also continued to expand on the compound conditions and the policy so that you can stack conditions. For example, the device must have a certain Windows service or a certain process running, plus you must have a certain device role, plus you must fulfill a certain script condition that you have defined, etc. So the compound conditions are extremely useful to better target your automations, to reduce the number of false positives, and to make your automations just more targeted and more effective. Then it's a big release for backup related topics. So we have network share backup that you can configure now, and we have image backup retention up to 10 years. So that's very, very useful for different compliance topics. So yeah, if you are someone that needs to fulfill strict compliance when it comes to data retention, then you will be very happy with this feature. So I can see here a question about an integration with Heimdall. In general, a quick reminder, always put them into the G&A, into the Q&A. And yeah, at the moment, we don't have a kind of a fully fledged partnership planned with Heimdall, but I mean, you can still use NinjaOne to roll out Heimdall throughout the policies, monitor Windows services, event IDs, etc. And actually, since Ninja is really gaining popularity in Europe and North America, there are more and more antivirus solutions that actually publish PowerShell scripts on their support sites that make it easier to manage and monitor their antivirus or EDR solution from Ninja. I'll give you an example. ESET has done that already a couple of years ago. Sophos has done this now. Yeah, these two I can name from the top of my head. There might be more. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, SaaS backup. Quick Connect actually is a small feature here that you can use the Entra credentials. Quick reminders or quick Connect is the remote access in NinjaOne that allows you to get remote sessions even to devices where you don't have the full RMM agent deployed. So this is useful a lot, mostly useful for managed service providers mostly. But technically, it can be also very useful for internal IT departments. And you know why? Because there's a very concrete reason. You can use the Quick Connect also on mobile devices, iOS and Android. And for example, I've come across several customers that might be using also Intune MDM, right? It's very common to use Intune also at some point. And Intune actually requires the Intune suite to be able to do screen share or remote access on Android and iOS devices, which is extremely expensive. So Ninja, you can use the Quick Connect for that to complement Intune also. This maybe here I jump a couple of lines. Also, I'm very excited about that. We have an early access now, the Intune integration. So this basically allows you to sync your Intune with NinjaOne, and then automatically the groups that you have defined in Intune that will sync with NinjaOne and will deploy the NinjaOne agent automatically. I mean, of course, many of the NinjaOne partners have already used Intune to deploy NinjaOne. However, now this experience becomes more out of the box and more streamlined. So super excited about this. And this is the first version. We will continue to develop this, and we will continue to work on the better together story, Intune and NinjaOne, how NinjaOne can extend and amplify the capabilities of Intune and also be a very cost-effective alternative to Microsoft add-ons such as Intune Suite or Intune Suite basically. Then we have IDP-initiated workflows, meaning that when you have identity providers such as Okta or Duo or something like that, then you will see like the tile NinjaOne in the tile app selection for the end users to click on NinjaOne and then log into NinjaOne. We are really now accelerating also on asset management topics. So software license, for example, is one that we have in early access now that we will have a quick look at. Data, long-term data retention. Personally, also very excited about that. I've been a couple of years with Ninja, and this question has been asked a lot, and now we are very excited that we are going into early access with long-term data retention graphs at the device details in NinjaOne. Also, a cool one is NinjaOne Remote for Linux. So the people that have been following NinjaOne, you know that we have ConnectWise control integration. This was one of the reasons, because we didn't have anything in terms of remote access for Linux, neither through TeamViewer, neither through Splashtop, neither through Ninja Remote. So now obviously we focus on Ninja Remote. We are the kings of Ninja Remote, obviously. We are in control of the code. We can develop it. And now we have added, or we go into early access for NinjaOne Remote Linux. So that's very exciting. And then we will see how much time we have. So a couple of the highlights from recent releases, 9.0, 8.0, 7.0, such as NinjaOne Remote background mode, vulnerability importing, and autonomous patch management. The autonomous patch management is something I think I like to call out on every webinar and every conversation that I have. Just a cool application of AI, in my opinion. macOS MDM, sounds like a small little term here, one line item, but this is actually has been a huge improvement also. Just the capability of, or like now in Ninja, you have the integration, the combination of agent-based approach and MDM approach, right? And I think this is quite unique in the industry. This is really like becoming a USP for Ninja, that we are getting strong on both the agent-based approach and the MDM approach. And we will see what the future brings, but I'm very excited about this first step here with macOS MDM. Integrations with Freshservice and ServiceNow. Zendesk, I forgot to put on the slide also throughout the last releases. Warranty tracking, compound conditions, already mentioned that. iOS patching, file transfer automation, that was in the 9.0 release. custom field tabs to just organize the custom fields in a more effective way. IT asset management features like unmanaged assets. Yeah, super cool feature as well. And yeah, as you know, we have our scripting team now, our professional scripting team, and we are adding on a regular basis new scripts to our template library. Yeah, so let's jump into the tool now, NinjaOne. 1 second. Gonna pull up here my. Just gonna go into the dashboard. Oh, sorry. And yeah, I saw that we have a couple of questions. Let me just see if I can get a question here. Yeah, here a question from Brian Harris. What main benefits does NinjaOne 10.0 have versus Microsoft Intune? Would be nice to know, please. Yeah, I've actually written a whole white paper on that a couple of months ago that I still want to update. I already kind of answered that question, Brian, by mentioning that NinjaOne traditionally is the agent-based approach, right? So it gives you direct access to Windows machines, Mac, Linux machines, etc. And it gives you, and that's one of the big advantages, real-time access, right? So you can get remote access without having to pay any expensive add-ons like in Intune. You can execute scripts in real time. You can do troubleshooting in real time. You have audit trail, activity logs in real time, and so on. You have these things in Intune as well, but they are asynchronous. And yeah, especially if you like in the field, if you're an administrator yourself, I think this can be really annoying. Then Ninja, yeah, has several advantages when it comes to automations, script-based automations, for example. In Intune, you have a limit of scripts of I think 200 that you can actually work with. Then you have very little script templates. In Ninja, you have hundreds of script templates that you can use. Then very detailed device information in Ninja, much more than you have in Intune, unless you buy Intune Suite or like the more advanced add-ons, etc. So Intune is obviously a useful tool, and it comes with Microsoft 365 certain licenses. However, NinjaOne can technically replace it, or it can enhance it and extend it and be a very cost-efficient alternative to the add-ons. So yeah, that was kind of a long, a long answer now again, but it's an important topic, and I will see if I can pull up that guide and you guys can have a look. I wrote it in detail in my white paper. Yeah. So a couple of more questions. There's from Marcin. There's a question if there's a way to go back to the old UI, so the old dashboards. I think for a limited amount of time this might be possible, but I mean, if it's possible, then not for long. And I think it's better to get used to the new dashboard. But you can be assured, Marcin, that of course we are now transitioning to a new dashboard and to a new UI in different areas of the product. But we will also actually continue to add more features, make this more customizable, add the possibility for widgets and so on. And there's many people that ask for this type of question, actually. So yeah, I took these two questions, so let's start with going through the features. Let's start with patch caching. Actually, I'm curious. I would like to ask you guys about your usage of patch caching, if that's something that you are going to use or not. So please have a look. There should be a little poll popping up on your screen. So I'm curious. I mean, I've been, as I said, this feature has been heavily requested for years, but of course, IT always changes very fast. So I'm curious how you guys think about patch caching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's much more divided than it used to be a couple of years ago. I already see you guys answering. So yeah, we live obviously the cloud is becoming more and more a must than a maybe. So but I think patch caching still will be a very useful add-on. And actually, several of our main competitors have deprecated this feature. So yeah, I hope that you guys will appreciate NinjaOne's efforts to add this patch caching. Those people are still answering. I think now we're actually getting here to the end. So I think I shared the results with everyone so we can see. Yeah, very likely 21% to use it. Likely, but not everywhere. 36% and yeah, still 35% that think like cloud patching will be sufficient. We don't need patch caching. So it's quite well distributed, quite divided. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that we will come across these customers and these organizations still regularly that will have a requirement for that. So what do? You can go to administration, you can go to devices, and then you can go here to cache, where you can add these cache servers. So you can basically add at the moment 10 cache servers. And when I click here on edit, you can put here the folder location. Actually, it's recommended to create a new folder location because if there are any configuration changes, Ninja will delete obviously the data. And if you mix the cache data with other data, you can run into the risk of like losing your deleting your other data accidentally. So good practice is definitely to use a dedicated folder for your patch cache. You can define here a percentage-based threshold. 20% is the default. You can also define this as a direct gigabyte value. You can define the age, so how long will this be retained? And you can also manage the bandwidth. So you have pretty granular possibilities here. Again, this is the general overall level for all customers. And then you have potentially 10 patch caching servers here. And as an additional information, you can cache Windows updates, Windows third-party updates. So this is only Windows, right? So this is not for Linux or for Mac OS. And then you can also cache the software application packages that you build with NinjaOne, but you cannot cache Winget apps. Yeah, I think this is important information. You can also read this up in the dojo. There's a really good support article on that. Yeah, you can also create individual cache servers at the org level. So here I go into a random organization, and where do we have here? We have cache here now as a new tab. So you can add here another 10 if you want to. So basically, So you have this 10 limit, but you can, for every organization, you can add 10. Oh, no, actually, sorry, that's not true. I think you can, at the general device level 10, at the organization level 10, and then you can also add another 10 cache servers at the location level. So this is how it works at the moment, the cache, patch cache feature. Yeah, talking about patching, just a quick side note. We had this new feature that I mentioned on my introductory slide, the run patches immediately. So you know your NinjaOne dashboard, you know your list of patches. So let's filter by Windows. Now I can here select the updates that I want to apply now. And here I have this additional button here where I can not just approve, because approve will, as you know, that will approve it for the policy, and then the policy continues to work. So today it's Tuesday, but if your patch policy is on Wednesday or on Friday or whatever, then obviously when you go through the approve, if you do the approve way, then you will have to wait for the update schedule that you defined in the respective policies. And here now you have this possibility to do it instantaneously. This is, by the way, again, also something which is an advantage towards Intune, right? So just to have that real-time capability for all kinds of different actions. All right, then let's work through our list of features, 10.0 features. I will go now to the policies, and I wanted to show you the macOS FileVault. This is actually, I mean, it doesn't take me a long time here to show this. Where do we have Mac policy? So we take a random Mac policy. We take Mac OS, sorry, no, it's in the conditions. We go into the conditions and we will find now, and if you have the 10.0 version already, you should have this, there it is, FileVault, right? So you can here monitor disabled or enabled. Then you can run a script to enable it maybe, but there is no template script as of now to enable it. Same goes for BitLocker, by the way. We have community scripts for BitLocker, but we have not added it to the template library. So yeah, you can go to the NinjaOne Dojo script share and check out the community scripts there. And if we go out of the device and we just select a, let me go for a Mac device. So here, this one is connected. Raphael. So here for all the American and UK people, we have here lots of creative names from every EU country, from Germany, from France, from Italy, from Spain, and so on. So here you can see Zapaterias Ramirez for the Spanish-speaking audience. Anyways, so we are at the Mac level, and here you see now, so this is enrolled into the macOS MDM. So you have the MDM tab and the MDM capabilities and the agent-based capabilities. Yeah, so when I go here into agent capabilities, then you can, yes, I see Sam, that's funny. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? I know that one, Royale with cheese. I know that one. That's a good movie, by the way. Yeah, so when we are here in the disk, we should be able to see the FileVault status here. Yeah, here you see the FileVault status disabled at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have like a VM, the VM where I have the security key. But here, if you go into the MDM part, when you have it figured out, when you have it configured completely, the escrow key will appear here. Thanks, Sam. But yeah, this is actually one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction, right? So fantastic movie. So now we go to the next line item, is the compound conditions. Right? We go into administration and we go back to the policies and we go, sorry, I'm kind of like not, this is, I expect to be a lot of customers here. So I go just through the tool without explaining all the context. But yeah, I hope everyone that is not a customer will create a test account and then play around with it. Anyways, we wanted to take a look at the, let's take here a Windows policy and let's check out the compound conditions. So here you can add compound conditions, and what you can see here now is the improvement basically as in the 9.0 version, you had the script result condition, the custom fields, software, and I think that was it, if I remember correctly. Now we added here operating system, Windows service process, and Windows role feature. So basically these are the NinjaOne roles. So these are Windows roles. Sorry, yeah, these are like Windows roles that you can use. And you can, again, this is the whole point of the compound conditions, that you can combine these. Yeah, you can take a result, a script result condition, something that evaluates, you know, something. Let's say our famous firewall. Our famous firewall script from the template library. You know, the firewall needs to be enabled, and you need to have Bitdefender as well, and you need to, you know, and you want to check if Windows Defender is disabled, or, you know, I'm just making things up now, but this could be maybe a scenario. Actually, the feedback calls that I had with customers was a lot that they use the compound conditions to actually either deploy antiviruses or remove antiviruses, and just use the combined conditions to make sure that the antivirus, the old antivirus, is really completely removed, or the new antivirus is really completely up and running, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I see here Ryan likes the compound conditions. I personally, I think that's really useful, and this is definitely not the end. We will continue to expand on the compound conditions, which will allow you guys to have less policies, right? So the idea behind the compound conditions is also to make Ninja more targeted, easier, the policy management more effective, so that you can also reduce the number of policies and that you don't have 10 inherited policies for 10 different Ninja roles. You know, this is something obviously which sometimes might be inevitable, but these are the scenarios that we want to reduce and even eliminate further down the line. Yeah, these are the compound conditions. SaaS backup, big topic. Let's go into that, or backup in general. Let's maybe start with the network share backup. So here I'm going now into my Canadian instance, and I will search here for my little test device for that. I think it was, yeah, here, Andy's laptop. That was our test VM. So the network share backup allows you to back up data directly from a network attached share, like a NAS, like a Synology or a QNAP. You know, these brands are probably the most popular, and you can directly back up from those devices to the NinjaOne cloud, to the NinjaOne backup cloud. And yeah, you basically go into settings, you go into apps, you want to make sure that obviously it's enabled the plan. Then you can go here and yeah, you can add the network storage here. So 1 second, actually, yeah, you can add it here and then initially, but then it will also appear in the policies. So when you are in the policies and in the backup, sorry, yeah. So here, this is where the policy overrides can get a bit confusing sometimes. So basically, what my colleague has done here, he put the NAS backup into the override. Now I remember, and now here we see the network share, and yeah, we can see here, since it was enabled in the override, in the overwritten policy, it appears only here, obviously, in this overwritten policy as well, the option, and the other in the level higher, the network share option is not available. Here you can see, yeah, the configuration. You give it a name. My understanding here, you can choose local hybrids. My understanding is that it can be also only backed up to the cloud today. I mean, you choose the schedule. You can prevent the device from sleeping, attempt to wake up, run plan if missed, trim or manage the revisions, trim the revisions, run automations, pre-backup job and post-backup job. Here you can define target shares, right? And yeah, put the path, etc., and add that here. And you can also use filters for applied to all files, or include certain files to only back up those, or exclude to back everything except for the exclusions that you define here. And then here, watch out for the rules that you have to use here, the right syntax. Yeah, that's the backup of the network share. So now let's go to the SAS backup. So yeah, we're covering lots of material here. I know it's crazy, but yeah, this is the point of this webinar, is basically give you guys an update of what is possible now with 10.0. And I can already see it's almost 40, so 20 minutes left. So probably we won't be having a lot of time to review the older features. Yeah, but now let's take a look at the SAS backup. You go into administration from the main dashboard. You go into apps. You go into SAS backup. Of course, you have to enable that here. You have to define the storage location. Yeah. So yeah, North America, we have Europe, Frankfurt, London, or Sydney. As you guys know, we work with Dropsuite, the company that Ninja has purchased. I think the purchase was complete in July. So now this is the first version of the full integration. Yeah, here you have the organizations in Ninja, and the possibility here to manage the SAS backup per organization. So basically, you can here enable it, or you can also here manage your services directly from here. So here it opens now. So this is already, so here I wanted to, So first of all, of course, you have to add the services, so we have Microsoft 365, we have Google Workspace. So Microsoft 365 includes OneDrive, Office 365, Teams, and tasks, right? And the calendars, etc. And then you have Google Workspace for the emails, the Gmail, for example, the shares, private shares, common shares, tasks and calendars as well. Yeah, so you can connect those here, and then obviously you can you can define the policies within when you go here into the SaaS backup. You can manage the policies. You can add more seats. You can also restore from here, right? So an individual email, you can restore a complete account, etc. You can migrate also, if you redeploy for whatever reason. However, it is not advised to use this as a complete migration tool. Obviously, it's only backing up the data. It's not backing up all the configurations that you might have in Outlook or and so on, right? So yeah. I'm not going to go here into all the details. If SaaS backup is something that you guys are interested in, then definitely you should book a session with a solution engineer or your customer success manager or your product specialist if you're not a partner yet. So this obviously is a big topic, and this is a topic in itself that I won't have the time to cover in detail today. Then just the backup retentions. If we go back into a policy, and I'm just going to pick here a random policy. And here we go into backup. And now, so you can see here when you go into the retention policy, you can go up to 10 years. So very easy setup now, no complicated workarounds, etc. So this is compliance proof, bulletproof here, 10 years backup for banking, financial sector, for energy sector, for highly regulated sectors, or accounting and things like that. So if you're a managed service provider and you have this type of client, then I think this will be a very useful new feature here. Yeah, so what next? So yeah, just very briefly, I'll just show you the Linux remote connection. I'm just going to show you where to find it, since I think, I mean, basically it's exactly the same as you have. Sorry, this is not gonna. Oh no, actually, it does work here. Perfect. Sorry, I tested it, I think, in another account where it didn't work yet. So yeah, you can see here, you have here the link to the Ninja device. You have the multi-screen, as you know, in Ninja. You have the possibility to get in keystrokes like Control, Delete, and important keystrokes. All the nice features. Here you have a file transfer. You have the possibility to chat with the person. You have you have almost all the features that you have also in the remote for Windows or for Mac. They're just I think in Windows we have the remote printing, right? Something that you don't have here. Yeah, so Actually, I had a little poll on that also. I'm curious how many people are using Linux at the moment. I'm just curious if you can take a second and just answer me how often you use Linux. I mean, I'm not expecting that everyone is like a Linux administrator here, but it's actually quite heavy here. 38%, 40% are sometimes using Linux, and 10% use Linux every day and need remote access every day, basically. So yeah, that's exciting. I think I'm very happy about that. It means that there is a real demand for that. So that's wonderful. This is, by the way, also I think one of the key USPs of Ninja is this possibility that you have that we really pay attention to the multi-OS management. We really, I mean, obviously Windows is the most used operating system. I think no one doubts that, and that's why we start with Windows always. But I think Mac OS is really not far off. To a certain degree, it's even better now with macOS MDM than Windows. And Linux is also getting better and better with every release. And I think that's super cool to have this possibility in one endpoint management tool. Yes. So one thing that I'm personally also one of my favorite topics, Intune. But yeah, I think our product specialists and salespeople, they have this conversation every day. So yeah, what about Intune? So we are really going down that road, that Intune road now. So super excited about that. If you go into apps, you will find, so this is early access. You will not see this tile or when you add it from the list, the app list, you will not see this by default. You need to ask your Ninja contact, may this be your product specialist, your customer success manager, your solution engineer, whatever you're talking to, and just ask them to activate these features for you. However, yeah, it's actually quite straightforward. As of now, you connect it to your Microsoft 365 Intune account. So yeah, you sign in with your Microsoft credentials, then you choose your Ninja organization, your Ninja location, and then basically, I mean, it syncs with your groups that you define in Intune, yeah, right? I mean, in Intune it's more user groups, it's not device groups really, although they also have the kind of organization grouping feature now I saw recently. But yeah, in Intune it's mostly based on actually when we run here a discovery, yeah. So here basically there are 3 devices still waiting to be deployed. Yeah. So don't hesitate to ask your account manager to get this running, play around with it. So at the moment, this is only about deployment, yeah, syncing Ninja and Intune and deploying the NinjaOne agent. But we will not stop there. We will continue to work on this, and yeah, I'm looking very much forward to all the features that we will have on the roadmap. And yeah, I cannot go into much detail here, but just to get you a bit curious and get you a bit impatient, yeah, we will definitely continue to work on that Intune integration. Yeah, let's continue here with long-term data retention. So this is definitely also something that has been requested for years, and Ninja has been a bit reluctant on it because, as you can imagine, from a technological point of view, it's masses of data that we have to manage. that we have to, make available and so on. So not an easy feature. And I think as of now, at some point, it was discussed to build this feature, but as of now, I think it will not be built. But yeah, I'm not gonna make you like, don't quote me on that, please. But yeah, as of now, you can. It's not built as far as I know. So basically, at the device level, in the details now, when you go into the device details, you have here this little option: last hour, last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. So it goes back 90 days. And yeah, I think that's great. Very useful. You can, as you know, use this for your troubleshooting. You can use the Ninja policy to define your device performance conditions for CPU, memory, disk transfer rate, whatever you wanna track there. And if there are any alerts, you can automatically, what was it called? We have that super nice system performance check. Then you get a nice screenshot from the time that alert was triggered, so you can have that detailed CPU, memory, disk, network information. Plus you have the history. So I think now plus you have the activity log in Ninja. So I think now you really have everything you need, that you can do some really good troubleshooting and some really good analysis. However, it's in open early access now, so that means it won't be there by default. If you can see this option in the device tab here, then you need to ask your Ninja contact person to get that enabled for you. Yes. So now we need to hurry up a little bit. I wanted to show you here the asset management also. So asset management / software license management, early access as well. You will see throughout the next releases. So we will really accelerate on everything that is IT asset management. Lots of features and improvements to the already existing features are coming up. We have a really good director for product management, Luke Whitelock, who is managing this IT asset management topic. Yeah, so you can add software licenses by license type, so the publisher, and basically, so this is empty at the beginning. You will add publisher names, and then they will appear in a drop-down further down the line. Same goes for the vendor. You define the scope. Is this global? Is this just for a group of organizations or even locations? How many licenses did you purchase? What's the date? What is the expiration date? Do you want to have alerts before expiration? So this is super cool. I think today this is manually mostly, but further down the line this will be more and more automated to capture like the standard licenses. And at some point next year there will be also a PEX 8 integration, I think. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff that is on the roadmap for that IT asset management. Yep. So like now, time goes by very fast always. So now we didn't even have time to really go through the recap of the last releases. But yeah, as I told you, I was not expecting to be able to cover everything in this 1-hour webinar, because you see it's massive. This release is massive. And I also want to use this opportunity now to really say that NinjaOne is really a product-centric, a product-driven company. And you can just see this by the speed that we are delivering new features and new releases, and how we keep building the products and so on. And I think this is really great. Some companies, they are really focusing more on this external growth strategy by purchasing mostly other companies and kind of integrating that into their portfolio. But Ninja really goes the way of building everything, almost everything itself. Dropsuite now being a little exclusion because the company just really ticked all the boxes for us and has the same philosophy and the same approach. But yeah, overall, you can see it's massive and it's really exponential. The number of features, it's not easy to keep up actually. And yes, so so I take a couple of questions maybe now. We have 5 more minutes and then we will announce the winner. So let me go here. I think these 2 I answered. Yeah, here Steve Burns. Sorry that I was not able to answer all the questions live. It's not easy to do like the multitasking. But Steve, from the beginning of the webinar, he asked about plans to customize the dashboards, and yes, these plans are there. So we already see like the little squares here. You know, this is kind of like the first step. I think eventually there will be a possibility to really like put together a dashboard with the widgets that you want to have. Yeah, sorry. Now you can see the dashboard. So here I'm saying you can, in the future, you will be able to create widgets and so on, and this will be much more customizable. Yeah, Torben was asking here about the quick connect Entra level ID. Yeah, to demo that, sorry, I skipped that. I can very briefly, unfortunately, I don't really have like an Entra here that is linked to my test machines and so on. So basically, yeah, when you connect as, you know, you will be able here to connect with Entra credentials. So this is basically how it looks like. I just don't have that all set up, unfortunately, with like a fully fledged Entra ID and Microsoft 365 account and so on. Sorry, I'm just going here. So I see there's a lot of questions, so I'm always happy about the questions. Won't be able to answer all of them. We will transfer the questions to the respective contact people in Ninja, so that you will get your answers also later down the line. So here Brian asks actually about the patch caching for Linux clients. Yeah, good question. At the moment, this is only Windows, the patch caching, so not for Linux. If it's on the roadmap, I don't even know. So you can submit it as a feature request, and then we will continue to collect feedback on that, Brian. So maybe we take one more question. So here about Ellie Jameson, with the new Intune integration, will Intune be installing Ninja, or will we be getting script software install control through Ninja that affects Intune? Yeah, good question. This first stage of the Intune integration basically means that you have your groups, you know, like, I don't know, marketing, sales, whatever, you know, in Intune and Microsoft 365 and so on. And you can sync those with Ninja and deploy the Ninja agent automatically on these devices or on all the Intune devices. However, you configure also everything on the Intune side. But again, we will continue this and deepen this integration. There will be more features, yeah, further down the line. Okay, so 59 now. So there's a couple of more questions that I won't be able to answer, unfortunately. So we will now go to the fun parts. And so stick around. 196 people I see. We will now announce the winner. So drum rolls, everyone, in the chat, please. So it's spinning. So we have Arnold. It's really small here, actually, on my screen. Arnold Bush. Arnold, can you please write a little message in the chat? I need a confirmation message from you, Arnold. So that you, yeah, there he is. Wonderful. So congratulations, Arnold, and thanks a lot for joining in, everyone. I hope you are as excited as I am myself about this new release. We keep you posted, and for now, I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, wherever you are, and see you on the next webinar. Bye-bye, everyone.